Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Let's do a grace card reading, y'all. Timeless reading. I like these because I feel inspired. When I come on to do these, this is just like me going, hey, wait a minute, I want to. So let's see what the grace cards have for us today. Let's see what this inspiration to come on is all about. I did pre-shuffle the grace card deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull one. Let's get busy. I do want to say thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you if you're new here. Welcome in. Please consider subscribing. Doesn't cost anything, and we have some fun here. I feel it. I feel it strong. So let's pull it. Beautiful. Oh, okay. This is important. Want you to know this because it is truth. Truth and support. Oh, I know. Expect help. A divine power more magnificent than anything else that exists on the planet is ready to support our every move. You got to believe in it to see it, and it ain't the other way around, y'all. Okay? You're not here alone. You're flanked by support. We're magical. We're supposed to be here. We're on purpose. We all have a huge purpose through divinity on this planet. And no, that's not some religious statement. That just means that if you're here, you're meant to be here. And there are things for you in this life that are meant to happen. There are things for you in this life that you are meant to express on this planet to change things. Okay, according to your own life story, according to the things that you set up for yourself, your soul contract with yourself. And you would never have been placed here without a whole battery of support. And the thing is again, this is not a religious conversation, but that's about tapping into your faith, remembering who you are, remembering that you're divinity on earth, and remembering that there is no way in the world that you've been dropped into this reality without support. But you got to believe in it. Yeah, another you got to do this and you got to do that. We have to learn how to tap into that faith and that trust in our own journey. Trust that we are divinity incarnate and that there's no way we'd be here without that support. Now, what happens is we get trapped into pools of disappointment, which lead to fear, or fear leads to disappointment, however it happens, because we watch reality too close. We're too invested in the reality that's in front of us, and we forget that there's a whole outer periphery of stuff that's being spun and being formulated for us according to our own frequency. If we dwell in fear and anxiety, then that's what's being spun for us. Okay? If we choose, which we can choose, you can choose this or that. Land of contrast. There's no front without a back. There's no negative without a positive. So you can choose. You've got that dial. You can got a hand that you can you got a frequency you can tune it into. You can change that dial. It's where you focus. It's where you put your focus. You can change the dial from fear, loathing, anxiety, through feeling lost and misdirected and disappointment, or you can dial it over to, look, I'm a decent person. I got this going on. I know that I'm being supported. And just because my reality is not reflecting what it is that I've decided that I want in my world, that doesn't mean that something is not being formulated for my higher good, because that's the truth. Sometimes we don't, we want stuff and we go after stuff and we have goals and we have dreams and we try to color these pretty pictures for ourselves, but we don't always know that that's appropriate for where we are in our evolution. We don't actually know what's best for us at any given time because of all of those unknown elements in our world. I mean, you can't imagine the clockwork, the mechanism that creates our reality for us. And a lot of it has to do with the way we carry our own frequency, and that is according to how we allow ourselves to think. Now, the brain will hold programming just like a computer, But we are endowed with this thing called will. That's what they call it, willpower. It's a very powerful mechanism to change the programming of the brain, which has been given that input by society and by the way we've experienced life and what has happened to us and who our family members and our friends, all of that. But we can take that powerful will and use our mind to reprogram that stuff, to ditch the old programming, put some new programming in there. And unfortunately, I don't know how this has happened, but humanity as a whole has been conditioned and programmed to be kind of negative, especially where the individual is concerned. You know, we're mere humans. We can't heal ourselves. You know, you got to go outside yourself to get affection. It's all bull, okay? Remember that the brain and the mind are separate. They're different mechanisms. Your brain is your computer, and your computer can be changed. That input can be changed. How do you change it? You give it new program. How do you give it new program? You use your will, your decision-making power. You take your mind and you tell that brain where it needs to go, what it needs to think about, and how things are going to be in your world. That's how you do it. And you can do it easily through having faith in the support that you definitely have at all times. And bringing me right back around to the very beginning, you got to believe it to see it, okay? Just because you don't believe in magic doesn't mean it stops working around you all the time. But when you believe it, you see it manifest, you feel it, you experience it, you watch stuff pop up in your world and you go, whoa, man, that's crazy divinity, that's crazy synchronicity. Well, yeah, it is, but it's because you put your faith in it. It's because you opened up the possibilities by putting yourself in receptive mode through your faith and your trust in these things. And once you do that, you know, this is all about trusting in something that you haven't seen yet. You know, that's another hook that the humanity has gotten itself on. Wow, I believe it when I see it. Well, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Okay, it's time for us to dig deep. And I'm talking collectively into the individuality situation. There are a lot of planetary changes that are going to support us actually learning that we are magnificent, that we are powerful, that we can overcome the conditioning and the programming that we've been given. That's been laid right on top of us like a big fat lead blanket. We can do this for ourselves. We do not have to have our lives go on loop constantly, okay? Remember you're supported. Remember you're loved, you're cared for. Divinity sent you here on purpose. And doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter if you're not religious at all. If you're a human being, you have that spark inside of you. If you're alive, you're filled with that spark, which is part of that giant creator entity. Doesn't mean some guy in a robe sitting in a golden, chair somewhere. It means that we are connected. All of us are connected, and we are connected to a higher source that keeps us alive, basically. Okay, that makes the trees, flow in the breeze, and it makes the sun come up every day, even if the clouds are out playing. Makes the, what the dynamic for me in nature is the amazing thing that this little seed can produce a giant tree. Or that, like seasonally, like clockwork, no matter where you live, if you have leaved trees, in the fall and in the spring, have you ever noticed how the breezes pick up and you have high winds? In the spring, it's because it's helping open the buds. Nature's working together. In the fall, it's to help clear those dead leaves off the tree so it can go in hibernation and start over again for a new season. The synchronicities are amazing. The magic here is amazing. And the support that we have as human beings is freaking amazing. It's right there for you. All you got to do is what? Trust in your journey. Trust in yourself. Remember, you are amazing. You are loved. You're supported. Start feeling that way about yourself, and you will see it manifest in your world. Okay? All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. That's all I got. That was a very big push that brought me here today, and I'm so happy to be here. Please, again, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's totally free, y'all. It's totally free. And if you care to share the video, please do that. I appreciate that every time you do it. And I'm so proud and happy to be here. Thank you for spending your time with me. And I'll be back very soon to do a grace card reading. All right. See ya.